All right, number 2, solve the system by graphing. Here we are supposed to take and actually um, write the lines, draw the graph the equations, and see where they actually intersect. So looking at these equations, looking at this equation right here, the best thing I could do is probably rearrange this so that we get a form of the equation y equals the slope times x plus the y-intercept, which we call b. So we're going to rewrite this so it fits this form. All right. So my first step would be to subtract 9x from both sides of the equation. Okay. So doing that then will cause a couple things to happen. First of all, it will get rid of the 9x on this side of the equation. So that will disappear. That's going to go to 0. Okay. And if we think about it, this is going to create a line right here. This is going to be our boundary line. Okay. So, so on this side, now we're left with 3y. So we're going to put 3y right here. There's our equal sign. And on this side of the boundary, we've got minus 9x minus 3. Okay. Now our goal is to get y by itself. So the next step would be to get rid of this 3. 3 is multiplying the y. So to undo that operation, we do the opposite or inverse operation. The inverse of multiplication is division. So we're going to take that 3y and divide that by 3. And the rule is, whatever you do to one side of the equation, you need to do to the other. So we're going to take now and divide negative 9x minus 3 by 3. Okay, so let's extend this boundary line right here. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. So we're left now with 1y, and 1 times y is just y. Okay, so we've got the left side all figured out. Now let's look at the right. So this fraction is actually more than one fraction. This is actually this is actually two fractions. So with one common denominator. The common denominator is 3. So we're going to take this and split it apart, where this is going to become negative 9 over 3 times x plus negative 3 over 3. Okay, well, negative 9 divided by 3 is negative 3, plus a negative 3 divided by 3 is a negative 1. Okay, let's extend this just a tiny bit more. And we finally get our final answer. Y is equal to negative 3x minus 1. So our y-intercept is negative 1. So this has the ordered pair 0, negative 1. Okay, so we find this on our y-axis. We find negative 1 on the y-axis, and we make our point. Okay, right? Then we use our slope. This is our m right here. This is our slope. Is negative 3. But it's not just negative 3. It's actually negative 3 over 1. Remember, slope, m, which is slope, is equal to rise over run. Well, our rise is negative 3. and our run is 1. So we're going to, from the B, from B, go down 3 and to the right 1. So we're going to go down 3, 1, 2, 3, and to the right 1. This is our other point. Now we're going to take and line up our ruler as best we can. As best we can. I don't know if this is going to work or not. We'll see how it goes. Okay, I'll draw a line. I was off a bit. Okay. Okay, so might be off just a bit. I will tell you what though, you want to get that line as close to perfect as you can, because your line, your answer will only be as accurate as your drawing of the line is. So there was our B, and we went down 3, 1, 2, 3, and over 1. So I can tell right now we're going to be off just a little bit. We need to actually mark this line, work this line just a little bit. See if we can move that. And I don't know if we can, but we can certainly try. Let's see if that did the trick. That did the trick. Down, 1, 2, 3, and over 1. I think that did the trick. So that's our first line right there. Okay, then we do the same thing for this. So again, let's make this a different color, easier to see. So again, we want to rearrange this so y is isolated. So let's subtract 2x from both sides of the equation. Let's draw our boundary line here. Okay, subtract 2x from both sides of the equation. And those x's will cancel out, leaving me with negative 1y is equal to negative 2x minus 4. So to get y by itself, then, I'm going to divide negative 1y by negative 1. And of course, what you do to one side of the equation, you do to the other. So I'm going to take negative 2x minus 4 and divide it by negative 1. Well, what that does is it changes the signs of each of the, so a negative divided by negative is a positive. So this just becomes y. This is equal to 2x plus 4. Okay, so this is my B. That's my y-intercept. So I'm looking now for 0, 4. Let's find that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's my first point. And now I have a slope of 2 over 1. So I'm going to go up 2, 1, 2, and over 1. So there's my second point. There's my first point. Now I can also go down 2 and to the left 1. Oh, look at that. I've got my intersection right there. So that's going to be the solution. So as a matter of fact, that answer, our answer to this is going to be -1, 2. So I'm just going to write that over here so I have it. -1, 2. I'm going to write that in black. So my solution is -1, 2. But let's go ahead and draw the line. So I got my point here. And I got my point there. Oops. 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 There's my line right there. And that's what it should look like. And it's really messy because MrLovellFord couldn't get his ruler to act nice when he was doing this. Clean that up just a bit. There you go. That is the solution is -1, 2. And we'll circle that in yellow just for fun. And that's what it looks like right there. That is the solution.